The Cashapp Defense Force comes out against Myron once again, but did he have a point? Let's find out. Most of you know who Myron Gaines is. He needs no introduction, but in short, he is half of the Fresh and Fit podcast with Fresh CEO. His parents are Sudanese, that is Northeast Africa, but he was born and raised in Connecticut. He has a law enforcement background with the Department of Homeland Security. He is a very successful individual. He has millions of subscribers and followers across multiple platforms. And he has a particular message to be a better man, to get better women, and F these broads, stuff like that. Okay. And he is critical of all races, but of course, his most viral moments are speaking about black women. Now, it's not that he doesn't have a point, but of course, in this day and age, because it's become so taboo and so harsh, I guess, to talk about black women, that's the only parts that actually get major traction. All right. And so he's having a street interview right here. As you can see the sign behind him, he is, I guess, at some storefront or some sidewalk in, I believe, Miami, where he resides at. And you see the sign behind him, women should be better in the kitchen, change my mind.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
And there's an individual that's going to get on the mic to challenge Mr. Gaines. And he has a message that you will hear a lot of black men that have their cape on are going to say, that you are talking down on black women, that you hate black women.
Why? 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 Do you really hate me that bad?
So we're going to get into the reaction. It's going to be typical, but it's good content and it makes for a good laugh, if you will. So before we get into the reaction, for all of you, stop pausing the video ninjas. For all of you talk too much ninjas.
You sure about that?
A link will be in the description box that you can watch the clip without my interruption or commentary or criticism. If you are still here, thank you very much for your viewership and fair use.
My man, where'd you get your game from?
My what?
Where you get your game from?
My game?
Yeah, like where you get your game from? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm going to assume you mean my knowledge. A multitude of different places. Experience, other people's experiences. I read quite a bit on...
I'm talking about your experience.
Well, I'm telling you, it's a...
What's your experience with...
Okay, now,
ain't no fucking way.
You see the demeanor and the attitude he already has, okay? You saw how he was dressed, all right? He has Timberlands on, looks like maybe skinny jeans, and he has this... very stylish looking shirt on with a double cup and a cigar and gold glasses with a nice beard. All right, pause. But he already has a particular disposition to the conversation and to Myron personally. And so how he's starting off now is how the conversation is going to continue to go.
Women, what's your experience with your game? I'm not talking about how many books you read, other people experience. Where your game
Well,
from?
I quite literally said my game. I said my experiences, other people's experiences,
What's your
reading.
experience?
Well, I mean, I've talked to more women than any other man probably on the internet
Keep
at this
talking
point.
about other women. I'm talking about your experience.
And so he's going to go along with this for, I don't know, a couple more minutes. Now, what's your experience? What's your experience? He's trying to make it seem like he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's just using anecdotal evidence, i.e. books and other people's experience, right? Instead of his own. And so he's discounting the guy's trying to discount Fresh's argument by saying, Myron's argument by saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about because you don't have any personal experience.
I'm explaining
Why
it to
you
you.
hate black women so much?
Oh, I
Why
hate black
you talk
women?
down on black women? I'm talking about your experience, not everybody, all the books you read. I'm talking about your experience.
All right, so you clearly have a position here. What is your
No
position?
I hear you.
No, well,
You
I'm
downplay women.
Here's the thing: you hear me, but you're not listening. I answered your question multiple times.
You just said,
And you
all-
want to come to the
all
conclusion
books you
of-
read. People you know. I'm talking about your experience, King.
I
I'm
told
not here
you.
to disrespect your black form.
Okay.
I'm just talking about your experience.
I told you, I've dated several women, talked to them on the podcast. I've talked to more women than any other YouTuber. Okay.
What women you dated? What race you dated?
Oh, yeah, 3,600. Yep. We've spoken to 3,600 girls on the show. I've talked to
I'm not
thousands
talking
of black women. I've dated black women. I understand.
Date a black woman.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay, so that one black woman that you dated discriminate every black woman, because I watch your shit and I respect you. You got a cool little platform, but I'm thinking you're making money off of other niggas' experience, and then
Okay, let's talk about other ninjas' experience. Now, if Myron is describing, if his critique of black women is also an experience of other black men, then is he really making money off other men's experience or other black men's experience, or is he just expressing what we're all thinking? We just don't have the platform to do it. You understand what I'm saying? If Myron is expressing this, but he does, even if he didn't have the experience, him expressing it or talking about it would still be representing what a lot of black men feel about black women, or what men in general feel about black women. So this guy, again, talking about, oh, well, you got a little podcast, your little platform and all this kind of stuff. He's using condescending words, and he's trying to trip him up by saying, you only dated one black woman, which I'm pretty sure Myron has dated more than one black woman, but he's going to continue to say that throughout the rest of his argument. You dated one black woman, and that you only dated one black woman, and that, makes you talk about all black women. And he's trying to get the gotcha in the argument, but whatever.
end of the day, and you sit up here like big old mighty, like yo, I got experience to downgrade my peoples, my culture. But go ahead.
So
tell me all the books you read.
Yeah. So what's your disagreement then? Do you have like an actual position here?
No, until you listen. I respect
because what you're saying is you're basically saying, oh, you don't have experience. I don't.
I'm a black man. My mom is black. My sister's black.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
Now here we go with the same argument that black women make, is that you're talking about us, but you have a black mama, a black auntie, a black sister, XYZ, okay? That you talking down on them is somehow disrespecting your own lineage, when it's not. Because maybe the women in your family aren't like the ones I'm talking about. So how is that disrespectful for me to talk about them? Because of course, the sisterhood, the girl code they have in the black, female community, right? Where if you're talking about one, you're talking about all, and that's not the case. But they use that in order to justify silencing you by shaming you by saying, okay, well, you're talking about these particular set of black women, but really all of us could be like that. Just like the video I did about the Pop Balloon show, right? He's saying that he doesn't want XYZ, but the woman that's trying to scold him is saying that, you talking about one or talking about your preferences, talking about all black women. And that's just a way to, shut me up. It's a way to shame you, all those kind of things that Kevin Samuels talk about, right? Shame, guilt, insult need to be right? All that kind of stuff. You trying to flip the argument back on me like I'm wrong for expressing myself or expressing what I like or don't like. And that's what this guy's doing. He's basically doing what a female would do. Well, your mama black, or, you talking down black women, you talking down on my culture, which our culture is not good, or half of it, the majority of it isn't good anyway. If you talk about my people. Well, if my people's messed up, wouldn't I want somebody to know so that way they can change their culture and attitude and ways? But no. If you've made it this far in the video and you're still here, thank you again for your viewership. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell, that way you can be notified whenever I go live or drop new content. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, please do so by hitting the Cash App $sign Mr. Normie. And you can also go to my Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/workingmanmg. Also, I'm trying to build a community on Locals. So if you would, go please check out my Locals page, and you can join for just $5 a month. You can post, and we can build a community of like-minded working men over there. Thank you for your time. Now back to the video.
I love black women. But at the end of the day, you sit up here and then that you do downgrade black women because you're one experience. It's
Actually,
just like,
multiple.
prime example, it's just like a white girl that took advantage of a black man. Now she don't want to date no black man in the world because that one bad experiences he had.
And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You know, if a white woman gets done wrong by a black man and she decides she doesn't want to date any more black men, what's wrong? That's her preference. If Myron or any of you black men out there watching this, if you get done wrong by a black woman and something in your mind, gets triggered and you say, you know what, I don't want to date black women anymore. Okay. That's up to you. That's your choice. Now, just remember that the other races of women that you decide to date are still women at the end of the day. So there are traits that cross, ethnicity and culture lines. So just understand, a woman's still a woman at the end of the day. So there's certain things you're still going to get and still going to have to deal with. But if you don't want to do a black woman anymore, again, that's your choice. Who cares? But this guy is trying to bring Myron back onto the proverbial plantation.
That's how you sound like.
So anyway, I've spoken to hundreds of black women. I've dated them before,
Okay,
etc.
you talked to
Now, here's
100.
the thing. Okay, are you going to let me speak?
Go ahead, talk.
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. I get it. You want to put the cape on and, cape for black women. But the reality is all women have bad habits from here to there, and they're stereotypes. And stereotypes tend to be based on pattern recognition.
But you
or over.
talk down on black women.
I talk down on everybody, honestly. It's just that.
What's your national land? Where you from?
What does that have to do with anything?
It has everything to do with it.
It has absolutely nothing to do.
Race,
That has nothing to do with anything. Someone's race. If I say something is objectively true or it tends to be true, it doesn't matter what my race is. Do I have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2? No. It's an objective fact. The reality is this with black women. On average, they weigh about 187 pounds. They tend to be rude. They tend to be crass. They tend to not respect male authority because a lot of them grow up in fatherless households. So these are stereotypes that tend to happen all the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So
something that I say all the time, and I catch flack for in my personal life, but stereotypes exist for a reason. Now, you may not like the stereotype, but there's enough of this particular attitude, this particular behavior, action going on to where people can generalize it. That's where stereotypes come from. Just like, grape soda and freaking watermelon, or Asians being good at math, or things of Hispanic people or whatever, Germans. It's all everything, And he's right. He's not, and he even said not all. Okay, so we got to put that out there just so people understand, right? There are exceptions to the rule, but as most people say, the exception proves the rule. It doesn't discount it. So a lot of black women do act with bad behavior, and it's a problem when you see it, when you encounter it, when you have to deal with it. It's a problem. Not respecting authority, being overweight if you're not into that kind of stuff, which a lot of people men aren't. Having attitudes, always want to be independent. The whole single household thing, which again, there's no blame to go around the male and female side of this. But on average, he's right. Black women have a certain disposition a lot of times, and it can't be ignored. And he hasn't disproved the argument. He's just saying don't talk about black women. But he hasn't actually brought anything to the argument to disprove it or to defend black women. He's just saying stop talking about them. Well, that's it's not going to work, sir. It's not going to work. We need more. We don't believe you. You need more people. What do you have? Like Myron said, do you have an actual argument, or you just telling me not to talk about black women? That's exactly what he's doing. He's just saying stop talking about black women. You're doing it too much. All you do is talk about black women. Okay, well, what else?
The new generation, women, OnlyFans.
It's pattern
black
recognition.
Women, white girls, but you can as more black women.
Again, I'm critical of all races. It's just that people tend to remember. No, I'm critical of everybody. The thing is that black women tend to be the most sensitive and get the most butthurt about it. They can't take criticism.
But the crazy thing is, you talk shit about black women, but all your staff is black.
Yeah, that means I'm not racist.
So
Good
how
job.
these niggas work
That
for
shows
you?
I'm actually not a racist. Good job.
You are no. What it is that you're a slave master, and you enslave black people to work for you.
This man said you a slave master. Really?
Nick, you're stupid.
Really? You're a slave master. That's a good one right there. I didn't think about that. But I mean, the argument has been made that because Myron isn't FBA, that he's considered racist, and he's done some very off the wall things. The whole hood thing, looking like Kanye West and all that. He's done some very unusual and could be said disrespectful things. Okay, so I'm not going to take that away from Myron. Sometimes he goes over the top for sure. All right. But with that being said, a lot of times he's not wrong. He just does it in a very direct and cringeworthy way. And it gets him views. He's been viral, a plethora of times. But no, my argument would be, is he wrong? Or is his delivery just, rude to you? Question.
And in the same time, you talk shit about their mothers, their sisters, their aunties, their uncles, their
and he's not talking about them directly. He is speaking on black women, but if you're offended, then you can find another job.
And they work for you. I don't see not one white staff that work for you. I don't see the black.
This white girl right there.
Where they at? Oh, that one security.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
He didn't have a smoking gun.
Bro, let me be honest with you, bro.
Smoking pew-pew.
This is the problem, right?
Talk to me.
You came in here and you immediately made it about race.
No.
Let's have a real conversation here.
I watch you.
No. Black people are the most racist people ever. You came in.
That is true.
Bitch, ain't no way.
Black people.
Ain't no fucking way.
Black people they discriminate a lot. I know this for a fact. And I get it. A lot of people say that black people can't be the R word. I disagree with that. And they're going to say, well, we don't have the power dynamic or, blah, blah, to be that. Well, in my opinion, you don't need power. You don't need that particular dynamic to be the R word, okay? Now, if you want to be hardcore about it, yeah, you need some power to affect somebody's life. You know what I mean? But you just being discriminatory and having a certain disposition against a certain race or people, well, to me, that makes you the R word, in my opinion. And for a lot of them, and to be fair, all of us have a discriminatory, I would say outlook against somebody for some reason, right? So none of it, how can I put this? A lot of us do discriminate, or we are judgmental towards some people, but maybe not the R word. You understand what I'm saying? So if he wants to go out on a limb and say he is that, that's up to him. But again, it gets clicks and views.
And immediately made the conversation about race, talking about race. You guys perpetuate the very stereotypes and the racism that you guys complain about the most. And this is why I make fun of black people too.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. Y'all look at me and say, oh, you're not one of us. You're not black. I am. I'm African-American by definition. But if you don't want to go ahead and consider me black, fine. I don't want to be with y'all niggas anyway. But the point I'm trying to make is that you made this immediately about race. As soon as you came up, what's your knowledge with women? And I'm like, all right, well, here's my experiences. Oh, well, what's your thing about black women? So you came in here with an agenda to complain about my criticism of black women when I literally criticize everybody. Everybody gets criticized. It just so happens that they tend to get the most butthurt. What are you talking about? Am I done? This is my shit, man.
And I respect your shit.
This is my shit, bro. What you talking about? Am I done? Like, this is my shit, bro.
I get what you shit. But at the end of the day, everything you talk about, because you got to understand it. We got a right to, even though our black women ain't shit, but we came out of black pussy.
Now, see, I don't understand this. You came on here and said that Myron doesn't talk about black women, and it's apparent that you have a problem with that. Cool. But then in the same breath, you say black women ain't shit. I mean,
Nick, you're stupid.
You just destroyed your entire argument right there by just saying that. I mean, just leave the stage. You turn on both sides of your mouth, sir. So even though you know that we got a problem, don't say nothing. Okay.
We came out of poverty.
This is
This is our. Let me talk.
This is a low IQ argument, bro. This is a low IQ argument. Just because
from
it's
the bottom.
Low key.
No, I said low IQ argument.
Why? Because you was in the FBI and you would take a bunch of tests
Homeland Security.
and you this and you got so much. You got one experience. When the one black girl that you dated in your whole life of your career, you read a bunch of books, you know a bunch of friends, and you know so much of black. You got 2 white employees, and now you're not racist. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Bro,
like I said, you a bigot.
Bro. Okay.
I watch your shit.
Okay. So, well,
you disrespect black women.
Yes,
you
I'm Here's the thing. I'm a proud bigot, man. Proud bigot, proud racist,
And
sure.
I'm glad you said it.
Yep.
Conversation
Because, hey,
over.
somebody's got to call out the fucking monkey behavior, like, right now. So this is monkey
I'm a
behavior.
monkey.
Yeah, this is a monkey behavior right now. Yeah.
Man, you
Chimping
not
out.
gonna disrespect
Chimping
me,
out.
dude.
Yeah, you came up here trying to disrespect, so
How
it
did
is
I
what it is.
disrespect you? I'm just
chipping
telling
out.
you what you preach.
Yo, you chipping out. You're not making any real arguments. You're just talking about race, blah, blah, blah. This is the problem,
that's
bro.
what you do.
This is the problem with niggas, bro. This is the problem with y'all. This is some nigga shit right now.
You gonna call me a nigga, but you can't tell me where you from. Are you a nigga?
Look,
where you from?
You watch the show, right?
Where you from?
Sudan. Family's from Sudan, yeah.
Okay, a Middle Eastern nigga.
But now it's Middle
Talking
Eastern.
shit about black niggas.
It's North Africa.
This guy said Middle Eastern. Sir, do you know your geography?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Do you know where Sudan is from? I mean, again, if you want to say he's not FBA because he wasn't foundationally black, cool. That's a different argument. But his parents are literally from Sudan. That makes him black. Okay, he was born in America. That makes him legally an American. So if you want to say African American, by definition, he is that. So, but you say he watches stuff, right?
Talk about black,
It literally means the land of the blacks. You know that, right?
but you downgrade black women.
What does that have
talk
to do
shit
with
about-
anything? What does that have to do with anything? I go off behavior. When they act like retards, I call them retards. This right now is retarded behavior, regardless of your skin color. If you're a white dude saying this dumb shit, I'd say you're a retard too. It's retarded behavior.
Because I'm telling you, you downgrade black women. I'm a retard.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, this is low IQ. It's low IQ. 100% low IQ.
But at the end of the day, my nigga, that's why they demonetize you on YouTube.
Sure, and I still
you
make more
doing
money
that-
than you.
Hey, I know you do. Mm-hmm. But guess what? You still a bigot at the end of the day.
A proud one too. I got my clan hood in the other room.
And guess what? I
Yeah.
guarantee your girl's a white girl.
No, she ain't actually. No.
Nigga, I see you walk around with that weak ass dog, nigga. With your white bitch. Come on, dude. You don't like black
This
bitches.
dude
Just say you don't
stalking,
like.
bro. This dude stalking.
Huh?
This dude stalking, man.
So like I said, I didn't come to disrespect you.
No, you tried and you failed. That's the problem. You tried.
No, you just
You failed.
No, do your thing, King.
Yeah.
And of course, as we round this off, when the verbal argument doesn't work, then we go to the physical. Now we got to have a midsection measuring contest. And that's what he's going to try to do. Okay, well, at the end of the day, my stuff's bigger than yours, so I still win the argument, right? That's what he's going to try to do, aka I'll throw this drink in your face or I'll beat you up, blah, blah. Once we get done, once the verbal argument doesn't work, then we go to the physical. Now I got to challenge you to somehow still get the ups on you in the argument, whether it's mentally or physically. And I didn't win mentally, so I got to go the other route now to still assert my dominance in the argument, which is also going to fail.
You can't handle conversation.
There's no conversation. You came in here on some bullshit.
Say you can't get one of your securities to kick me out like you kick these black bitches off your show.
What?
How you disrespect black women on your show?
Yeah.
You can't disrespect me. Because I'm a nigga walk up here, throw this drink in your face, and let you know what's up.
Oh, you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Try me.
that won't be good,
I'm
man.
Hamothy,
That
though.
won't be good, bro.
I'm Hamothy, though.
That won't be good. That won't be good.
And now we have reached the end of the video because now there is physical violence being portrayed here. And I don't want to put that on because of YouTube censorship, obviously, right? But y'all see what's going on here, right? This guy came on to defend black women and he made typical points that anybody would make trying to defend them. And it's a mute point, okay? So, do you think he had a point? I don't. I think he just went up there to try to talk ish without having a real point, just to, like I said, defend black women. And well, that usually goes nowhere. And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about this this OG Pookie right here trying to put his cape on for the community. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. We're out of the door. And just like this man found out really quick, all right? Reality checks are free. See you next time.